up, guys? Hop on in here. What's up? What's up? How's audio? Audio good? Could we everybody hear me? How's audio? Audio terrible? Of course it is. Hold on. All right. All right. Now we should be better now. How are we now? We good? We good? We good? Audio. Awesome. It's so weird. Like when I use the downloaded application, it doesn't work. And then when I use the other one, it does work. But anyways, guys, we have a lot to talk about tonight. It's gonna be. I really want to just talk a lot about some stuff that I think will really kind of help you guys out. So I'll start here the next maybe 45 seconds to a minute before we get going, because I definitely truly want to make sure, like, especially like, like I remember it. I can't forget back. It's like you took a great trade today. You just went in too early. Right? There's a few things I want to talk to you guys about with other stuff as well. So we'll start in the next about 45 minutes. Or not 45 minutes, 45 seconds. Yeah, we're going to start in 45 minutes, guys. We're just going to stand here and just stare at each other for 45 minutes straight. But Scarlett, do you have anything you want to say about how you did today? Okay, and I want to say something as well, that you were red, like, what, yesterday? And look at you today. Right? Oh wait, I think you're up again. No. I don't know why it's doing that. Awesome. I thought it was yeah, I mean, good. I'm glad it worked out for you. Can everybody else hear me? Wait, is audio good? I know $1,800 today. I know Scarlett's audio is messed up, but okay. I don't know what is wrong with Scarlett. Hey, Scarlett, try to use the web version instead. Try to use the web version instead of the down. I don't know which one. Are you using the web or are you using the? Yeah, we'll see. Anyways, anywho, guys. What we're going to break down today is, let's start opening up, change or share my screen with you guys, and let's get this lesson rocking and rolling. All right, get that shared and get that shared so that everybody can see it. Cool. Screen good? Everybody see it? We good? Screen good. Make sure before we start, I want to make sure everybody can see my screen. Cool. Okay. Awesome. If we have anybody new in here as well, welcome to the team. Glad to have you guys. The first thing I kind of want to talk about is just we're going to go over just today's market first. We're going to go over today's market, talk about the 3 trades that we took today, and then from there, I'm just going to kind of jump into it and then and break it down. Okay.
Does this work?
Yes, it works. Let's go.
Wow.
What were you doing differently?
Okay.
What did you do differently?
I signed on to the browser.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what I did too. So when people can't hear me, I just go to the browser.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I'll do that going forward.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
Perfect.
I interrupted
no,
you.
no, you're fine. Yeah, I'm glad it works now. So yeah, yes, Javi is being recorded right now, so you're good. But yay, Scarlett doesn't seem like a demon anymore. But okay, anyways, guys, let's lock in here. So we're gonna break down the trades today. Okay, so very, very, very. First off, amazing price actions today. Absolutely beautiful. Like probably the best price action we had this week so far. Okay, and you guys can see, like, before we even break down the chart, look at this price action. Clean candles, clean direction. Even when we changed direction here, which is surprising, right? Even though we changed direction, it was still, other than maybe some tiny little spots, the overall direction and the movement of the candles and the movement of the market today was super clean and easy to read. Okay, like if we go into yesterday, which is, let me go to yesterday real quick, which is right here. Look at the difference. So the biggest thing is, when you guys are losing, or you guys take red trades, or you guys are wrong, or you guys lose money, sometimes it might not be your fault. As long as you guys are controlling your risk, not letting your emotions get the best of you, and walking away when you need to, there's nothing else you can do. And you can be like, you know what? Yesterday was bad PA. I walked away when I needed to. I didn't blow my account. I followed my game plan. I took 3 trades today. I'm happy to walk away. And if you are happy and you can tell that to yourself and walk away, and then when we have something like this, you can be like, aha, boom, we did it. Okay. And that's something I want to make sure everybody understands. Okay. So the first trade that we took today, right, guys? Obviously the first trade, right, was this breakout right here, right? Actually, it was all the way up here. Excuse me. And I wanted to enter early. I wanted to get in at 23,749. That was the first position I wanted to get into. But again, that was about 3 minutes after market open. I'm like, you know what? There's no reason to jump into this. I almost had a red day yesterday. Some of us had a red day. Let's not just jump into the charts, right? So I'm like, you know what? Let me just wait, okay? And then pre-market highs were all the way up here. And pre-market highs, let me get this purple line just so you guys can kind of visually see it. So pre-market highs was at 23,821. So well, let's round that up, 23,822, okay? So I was like, you know what? Let's wait for a pullback. Let's wait for, again, push, pullback, continuation. Okay, so I decided to enter, and I decided to enter before the break. So I didn't get in at 23,793. My entry was at 23,790 right here. Okay, I'm gonna color code this green. Okay, and I went in one NQ contract. Okay, I usually like going in one NQ contract, especially if it's the first trade of the day. Okay, and I'm like, you know what? I'm liking that. We had that pullback, we had that push up, we had aggressive buyers, and when we were watching price action, the people that were with me this morning, we had that the break of structure, right, break of resistance, come back down. And what's something I do want to truly make sure that you guys are aware of, if you guys are, I want to say antsy, or if you guys can, this is a little harder to do, but to get a better fill. So you guys can see this this candle right here, this massive green candle, right? Well, right before we came down, do you see how this candle, let me zoom in again just so you guys can see it. This specific candle right here, wicked below this candle, this technically is a miniature liquidity sweep. If a very, very small one, just like there's miniature levels of resistance, miniature levels of support, miniature levels of blah, blah, blah. This was technically a miniature liquidity sweep. And so you can see how we came up, we retraced, swept that previous low, and then came right back up, okay? So if you can, and sometimes I try to do that, right? Sometimes I try to get in around here. Obviously, we're not going to get the most perfect entry. That never happens, right? But somewhere in here. Now, again, it didn't happen. I waited. I didn't take that. But we can see that I entered in early before the actual break because what was I targeting? I was targeting pre-market highs because I'm like, okay, well, if we break this level, we have good volume. It can at least sweep above pre-market highs and then sell off. What I was wanting to happen is we at least come above, get in at 23,790, and then come all the way up to 23,821 and then sell off. That was my game plan, right? So we entered, and then a second, and my stop loss originally was all the way down here. This was, I'm gonna put this red. So this is my original stop loss. So when we entered these longs right here, I put my stop loss candle low, okay? And I was like, okay, cool, let's wait. Right? And then boom, I was in the green. I was really nicely up here. I was like, boom, I was up like $350 on the trade. So I'm like, you know what? We're really pushing here. I'm just going to go and get out of the trade, break even. And I put my stop to break even stop. And what happened? Beautiful risk management. Couldn't have, and that's why risk management is so important, because a trade that if people don't know how to trade, if people don't have a strategy, if they're just winging it, hoping that this just continues going up, would have 100% got burned on this trade. Probably would have blown an account or really been in the red, right? But no, I teach you guys risk management. I teach you guys how to control your position size. I teach you guys what you guys need to do correctly. And look what happened. We got out and we didn't even, I actually made $1.50 on this trade, right? Which is break even pretty much. Okay, cool. We got stopped out of the trade though, right? Let's go ahead and delete everything. So I'm like, okay, cool. We're actually, and then right when I saw this massive support low or this massive candle, this huge massive candle, that told me a lot. If it was just like a slow, boring like pullback, then I would still be bullish. I would still be bullish on this candle if we had like, if it was looking like this. If the pullback was like this, I would still be bullish. But since I saw this one candle distribute all the way down, I'm like, you know what? We're definitely changing direction here. Or we at least changing direction for a few points. And that's what made me change my bias, was from seeing the candle, the massive candle size. So what did I do? I wanted to, again, what do we need to happen? Pullback, retracement, right? But what I wanted to see, what I really wanted to is I wanted to enter here, right? I wanted, again, I'm not perfect. I sometimes don't get the best entries. I'm not the best trader on the planet, right? But at least I understand what I'm doing. So we can see I wanted to enter here shorts at 23.724. Did that happen? No, right? Instead, I was like, you know what? Just to be on the safe side, just to be cautious, because again, I am super, super conservative day trader, I will enter at break low here. So what did we do? And this was a trade that made us our money. Okay, I entered shorts at 23.709. We can round it up, 23.710. Okay, and I actually had a limit order here, so I had an amazing fill. I literally got filled exactly at that level. Who else got a fill here on this level that traded with me this morning? Did anybody else get a really good fill at that position, or did you guys think you got a little later fill? Who got a perfect fill, and then who got a I got late on it? Just out of curiosity, just see. Got a good fill, pretty good fill. Okay, perfect. Who else? Cool. I did it on the first trade where you wanted to enter. Cool. Oh, so you entered here. I like that. Nice. Right? And you got another 09. You got another like 15 points on that, which is sweet, above me. Okay? So sweet. So then we entered here. Where would my stop loss be on this specific trade? It would have to be 50% of the candle. Okay? That was my original stop. The second this candle wicked all the way down, I just immediately moved to break even. I'm like, screw it. We're getting some crazy volume. I don't want this to go against me. We're just going to do a break-even stop. And I exited my trade right here. And this was my TP. Okay, and I'll put, right? This was my take profit. Okay? And that's how I made my first, how much did I make on that? Like $800. I think I made on that. I made $800 on that trade. Okay? And then volume was looking really good. I'm like, oh, another setup's going to happen. And I even called this out, guys, before it happened. So when price was coming back up above here, I literally even told you guys, I'm like, okay, you know what? It will probably come in. I don't know if you guys remember this. That was with me. I said, it will probably come somewhere around here to reject. I said, I want price to come to here before we look for shorts. And literally what happened? It touched that level. And I'm not a genie, guys. I'm just reading levels, right? And it literally came all the way up here and came right back down. Jess can't see it. Everybody else can. I'll go ahead and stop sharing it one more time just to make sure it might work now. Jess, don't use your phone or reset your application or use the web browser. Try different things like that. Okay. Are we good on the screen though, by the way, before we continue? Everybody can see? We good? Other than hopefully maybe Jess now can see it. Okay, cool. Good. Try resetting it. Try to go to a different browser and stuff like that. But Jess, it is being recorded, so if you can't see it, definitely just rewatch the lesson later if it still doesn't work. Okay. Nope, not now. Oh my gosh, you guys are crazy. You guys kill me. Hold up. All right, try now. Are we good now? We good now? All right. It's so weird. It's so weird that half you guys or most of you guys can see, and then one or two students are like, I can't see it. What's going on? Okay. Cool. But it is being recorded, though, so don't worry. Okay. So let's continue. So obviously, I want to enter here, but we exit. Then when I saw price come up here, I literally called it out, right? I called it out. I was like, you know what? Price is 100% going to at least come in this area. And if we get a rejection, shorts are going to look so good. And I entered short right here. And this is where you have to have those really, really good fills. Entered short right here, take profit. Again, I didn't hit full TP. I got out a little earlier, but I got out right here. So I pretty much hit full take profit, which was right here. And that was a beautiful trade. Finishing the day, making actually made $1,300 today. So I'm sorry. I made $1,300 on the first trade, and then another $1,300 on the second trade. So I made like $3,000-ish today. Excuse me. Sometimes all my numbers get mushed in my head. Okay. And that was the second trade. And that trade was so easy. Now you guys are going to ask me, Will, why did you enter short specifically right here? Why wouldn't you wait for the low break? Why would you not just enter down here? Good question. Because when we're looking for taking trades and we're looking to take good momentum trades, we want to trade before it starts happening, when the shift of the market starts to curve. So I entered, just like I said before. Remember when I said over here that this is a miniature level liquidity? Well, if this is a miniature level liquidity, this is a miniature level of support. Do you guys see how this candle came up on the support, got rejected? That's a miniature level of support, which was resistance. Sorry, excuse me, resistance. So when we break above that resistance, look what this candle wick does. What does this candle wick do? It now acts as support. So if this candle can break now again off of that level of support, that's going to be a very good miniature level of support to break and enter short. Now, that's what I tell you guys, how you guys want to make sure you guys have a bigger time frame key levels, but for your entries, right? For your entries, you want to make sure that it is going to be on smaller time frame and smaller support and resistance key levels. Okay? So for example, that was our entry. Now, why was my TP, why was my take profit right here? Could I have been more aggressive? Could I have been like, you know what, I'll exit this once we fully break this and then have a trailing stop loss and try to get a few more points? I could have, right? I could have done that. I'm not the best person to sell at the perfect. Nobody's gonna sell at the best time, the best price, and enter at the best price. It never happens. But as long as I get mostly what I was looking for, I'll be content. Okay, and those were the 3 trades that we took this morning. Okay. Questions, comments? Does everybody understand how we got that? Does everybody understand how those trades lined up? Does everybody understand, like, okay, that made sense? Easy, simple, right? Okay, and backs, let's talk about the trade that you took right here, right? You entered, I'm assuming, here. Tell me if I'm wrong, right? You entered here, around here, I'm just assuming, right? You entered around there, right? Or what? Tell me what you entered. Maybe you entered like down here. And then you got stopped out because then you started seeing the candle continue shooting up. Well, guess what? This is technically another liquidity sweep. So you got stopped out on this trade. You went in here, right? And you literally got liquidity swept. Okay? You were the liquidity on that trade. Pretty much. You were the liquidity. So what do we have to do? We don't want to be the liquidity. We never want to be the liquidity. And I'm glad that you were the liquidity, so now you can learn, and other students can learn, oh, crap. I don't want to be the liquidity. Our goal is to understand what liquidity is being taken out and then reverses. I know it's not the first time, but like I know. And let me ask you back real quick. I'm assuming. Tell me. Just say yes or no. Did you enter here early because you saw that this was a VWAP and you saw that price was going to smack into the VWAP? So I'm assuming you entered there because you were like, hey, I want to smack and reverse, right? Yeah. But again, another thing I want to mention to you is, indicator-based trading is never going to work. Okay, indicator-based trading. Where is here? That was 23,715. 23,715. So that was at what time was that? That was at 8:55 in the morning. Okay. I said shorts look good. I never said shorts. I'm in a short until I told you guys when I was in a position. Right. Shorts are looking good. Right. So, because that's what I said. If this goes to here, I definitely want to go short. I know you're not blaming me, but my biggest goal is I want you to truly understand what you did wrong, and everybody else can learn what you did wrong, so you guys just don't do it again, right? And that's why I love you guys. I don't love you guys making mistakes, but I want you guys to make mistakes, so you guys can learn from it, right? So our thing, so we don't be liquidity, is okay, cool. I even told you guys, right, that there was a level of resistance here. I even said that. I said, in this area, I want this to come back up and get rejected and sell back off. I even said that, right? So for that to happen, right? Cool. But just because that's one of my confluences. We have to have multiple confluences when we go into a trade. So when we go into a trade, right? This is one confluence. Boom, we get rejected. Cool. Second confluence, I can use the VWAP. I'm not just going to solely use the VWAP on, it's hitting VWAP, I'm going to go short. But I can say, okay, it's hitting my key level. It's hitting the VWAP. Boom, now I have 2 confluences in the back of my pocket. The third confluence is what? We're in a downtrend. High, lower high, lower high. There's my third confluence. So now I have 3 confluences. Hitting my key level, showing trend, breaking. And now my fourth confluence to actually now enter the trade is now breaking the support level. Breaks the support level, boom, we're in, and we sell right back off. So you guys see how I'm not just using one thing to decide on the trade? You can never just use one. That's why a lot of people fail, right? Because they use one thing. Oh, I'm just gonna look at a fair value gap. Oh, it's hitting the fair value gap, I'm going short. Or it's hitting the fair value, I'm going long. Or support resistance trading. It's hitting a support level, I'm going long. Or it's hitting a resistance level, I'm going short. No, you use those confluences with other things to make sure that you guys are trading correctly. So for example, right, for me to like this, we had a downtrend. We hit all these things, boom. So me taking this position, and again, I had to understand that and look at that very quickly, right? And and you guys know this happens so quickly. You're like, right? You have to take your time. When you do this, it's going to continue and continue and continue. So right, the second trade that we took here, right? Why did I take this long all the way up here? Yeah, I could have gone in shorter. Yeah, I guess I could have gone in earlier, because one, we liquidity sweeped this low, we broke previous high, we retraced. So that's 3 confluences for me to want to go long here. Again, and for me to still have 3 confluences, I still didn't lose a trade. Even though it was a losing trade in a sense, I never lost on the trade. And I still had those 3 confluences, right? Then I stuck to my game plan. And now how about this trade right here? Let's talk about where are the 3 confluences on this trade that we took. Downtrend, retracement, breaking support, entry at previous low, continuation. And this had a little bit more volume, so I wanted to enter early. I would have wanted to enter here, but I got it. I didn't get to enter there, so I entered here. Okay. So questions, comments? Everybody understand? Does everybody understand? The good, again, Bax, thank you for letting me use you as an example. I just want so other people, I'd rather one student make a mistake than all 11 of you or all 150 of you in total, right? I'd rather one of you guys make the mistake, learn from it, and then everybody else learns from that mistake, so you guys don't repeat history, because repeating history, especially in trading, is going to cost you, right? We don't want to do that. Okay. Another thing I want to talk to you guys about is how could we have caught this reversal? Now, was there still, and this is the biggest thing that I want to say as well, is even though we took some smack trades today, we took some really juicy trades today, right? Was there still opportunity? And this is where psychology and discipline kind of come into play. Because we can be like, oh my God, I'm up 1,000, I'm up 500, I'm up 3,000, whatever the case may be, right? And then you're like, oh, I see another opportunity. Now the question comes into sense, when is enough enough? Could I have continued trading and try to make maybe $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 in one day? Of course I could have tried. But I know if I continue trying to make more and more money, I'm just going to give it back. And that's now not really talking about this strategy. Now it's just talking about psychology. And see how psychology now comes into play? Did I miss out on a huge move? Of course I did. Could I have understood? Look at that. We sweep these lows, right? We come back up. We retrace. We enter. Just like literally this specific trade. This is now what it looks like for going long, right? We push up. We sweep. We enter. Stop loss below candle low. And then we have take profit 1, take profit 2, take profit 3, right? So do you guys see how the strategy is so simplistic? It's so easy, but our emotions about entering early, getting out because we're scared of losing, or going in too much because we want blah, blah, blah. So do you see how simple the strategy is, guys? But how bad your guys' thought process and emotions are, that's going to slow you down and not having a bias. Exactly, right? How did I know from going long, like when market opened, right? When market opened, did I know what direction we're going to go in? No. I had no idea what direction we're going to go in. But once the market started telling me, hey, broke, resweeps, continuation, that's going to start helping me decide on what direction I want to go into. Then when I saw this big candle and we dumped, that's going to help me decide on what direction I want to go into. Then when we sweep these lows here, right? Boom. Like, look, here's a low. Here's a support level. Look what happens. We sweep it. We come up. We retrace. We enter. So see how I'm changing from long bias to short bias to long bias? Not because I'm guessing and I'm hoping that it goes the way I'm deciding it to go, because I'm reading what the price is telling me. I'm reading how the market is telling me, Will, this is happening, we should do this. That is happening, we should do that. And from there, I make my decisions. Okay? And then you can see, look, later in the day, obviously just kept on ripping, but look how harder. That's why I walk away at like 9:30, 10 o'clock. Because later in the day, it's just harder to read. It's harder. Now, obviously, look how that's insane. Look at that. That's insanity, right? But whatever. Okay? What else? Questions, comments? I hope you guys are really understanding this. Few Top Steps stepped up their game. Payment just hit my bank account. About 7 hours total. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I'm thinking about, I haven't copy traded accounts like in forever. Like I have not copy traded accounts in forever. I'm thinking about copy trading some accounts, but I'm thinking about it. I don't know if I should or not, but yeah, maybe Top Step might come back. Maybe I might like Top Step again, I might maybe go back to Top Step. Small, no stressful wins for big payouts. Exactly. And then when you start getting those payouts, you start getting more confident. So it's really cool, actually. You got that $2,600 payout. Just congrats to Ash. Any other questions, comments, concerns? Scarlett, want to add anything for today? Very good.
Yes, I do. I just want to say, psychology-wise, please guard your psychology. Like today, even though I did well, a couple of things like creeped in is because I had conversations yesterday. So just I'd be mindful of like who certain things are coming from. Like if you share with people that you're trading futures and they're not so positive about it, these kind of things creep in. So just be mindful of that. Protect your psychology. Positive, 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 and we have a great community here, so we can support each other. That's it.
I like that. Exactly. And the biggest thing is just like having that outside, that outside good or bad negativity. And it will really determine how well you trade, right? If like your family supports you, your wife supports you, trading might be easier. But then if you have everybody like, it's not real, you're going to just lose money. It's going to be a little harder on your trading mindset, right? Yeah, full transparency. My second account is blown quite a bit because I was trying to make the balance the same as my other. Chasing trades will always be mindset works through. Yep, exactly, right? No matter how good of traders we are, we still make mistakes. You guys know me. I've been doing this for a very long time. I still make mistakes, right? No matter how well I know the price action, no matter how well I know my strategy, no matter how well I think my psychology is, I will always make mistakes. And this career is always about adapting and continuing to learn, right? You're always going to learn. And the sad thing, you guys can be doing this for 25, 30, 40 years, and you will still lose money, which is kind of insane to say. Like any career out there, I've been in my career field now for 45 years. I've gotten 20,000 bonuses, and I've never lost money. But in this career, you're always going to lose. It's just about how much will you lose and how much can you make and how consistent can you be, right? Thankfully, my family believes in me. I'm the one that doubts myself sometimes. Good, and that's awesome to having that family support, right? Anything else you guys want to ask me? Again, this is really good. Again, I don't want to talk too much about the strategy. I just really wanted to dive into the trades because I think today's trading examples were super easy to go over, and it's very easy to visually see the market so you guys can see why we take the positions. But when we have days where it's like, what the heck? When the days are super, super, hold on, let me change my screen on the other one here. When we have like really, really, hold on, weird price action days like this, it can doubt you very much. Like, look at this, right? We get that push up, and then immediately we get that consolidation. So again, just like yesterday, right? Look at this. Just like the trade we took today, I did the exact same thing, right? We push up, we retrace, I enter half position, I want continuation. This was the trade, right? But look what happened. Bad PA, we get stopped out. Tried it again, got that push up, get that continuation, going long. Got stopped out. So do you guys see how I use the same exact strategy, but it really depends upon your price action? That's it. That is it. Okay. Other than that, guys, I think that'll be it for me tonight. Any last minute questions? Again, ask them now or forever hold your peace. I want you guys to ask questions so you guys can, or trade, make mistakes, and then come to the lessons and ask questions. Okay, I am gonna call on one of you guys tomorrow to explain or talk about like your trading. So I'm gonna ask one of you guys, one of the students, to come up tomorrow, right? And you guys will kind of just break down the trades for the day that you did, right? I think that'll really help with other people. So we're gonna do that tomorrow. I think that'll be fun. Okay. What time you said I was an emotional trader? I was so pissed for such a long time. My husband died laughing. You nailed it. Oh my god, that's funny. What time I said I was? Yeah. And it's crazy how emotional we can get in this. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Right. But anyways, guys, I hope you have a beautiful Tuesday night. We have a good 3 more good days of trading to do. Right. Let's continue staying consistent. Let's continue making that money, and let's continue hitting our goals like I know every single one of you guys can hit. Okay. And I know Brendan, Bax, Ashley, EV, like 707, a ton of you guys, Carlos. I think everybody here, you guys have been with me, 5-star. You guys have been with me for such a long time. right? You guys have been with me for a long time, and I hope to continue seeing you guys, and you guys continue to work on your guys' trading and reach out to me, right? I haven't spoke to some of you guys, but reach out to me. I want to know how you guys are doing. I want to see how well you're getting into your trading, and wanting to see you guys hit those $7, $8, $9, $10,000 months or more. Okay. Other than that, have a great rest of you guys' night. I'll see every single one of you guys tomorrow morning, bright and early. Take care, peace out, and continue making that money. And do not trade Asian. Don't lose that money. Make money tomorrow. Anyways, peace out, team. Peace, 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 peace.